class. Now this time, we are up in South Hills at Ridge Road Bistro, hanging out with Chef John. Chef, how you doing today?
I am awesome.
That's great. So before we get started with our demonstration today, we want you guys to make sure you click the donate button right there on the bottom of the screen so you can have a chance to win our amazing prize today from Ridge Road Bistro. It's a big basket filled with utensils, Ridge Road Bistro soup, and a $50 gift card, just to name a few things. So again, make sure you're clicking on that donate button right now while this class is going on. The more you donate, the more chances you have to win. So Chef, what are you going to be demonstrating for us today?
Today I'm going to do a corn chowder because it's right in the middle of corn season. So I thought it'd be great to show the fresh product that we can use with the soup mix. And I'm going to sear a U10 scallop with that. And then I'm going to make our famous lobster bisque.
Man, that sounds amazing. I'm excited to try it out. Let's go check it out.
Hello everybody, I'm retired Chef John Wright, and I'm going to show you how to make corn soup, corn chowder, and I'm going to sear a scallop to go on top of it. I am using fresh corn I got from Grits Farm, and then what I do is I take the corn off of the ear, and then with the ear I take it and I grill it. If you have a smoker at home, go ahead and smoke it. It just adds another dimension. And what I'm going to do is add our 1 quart of heavy cream. One cup of water. 1 pinch of cayenne pepper. I like mine a little spicy, so I add the extra cayenne. Now, if it's off season and you want to do this, you can buy like the Jolly Green Giant white niblet corn and use that corn. I don't recommend frozen sweet corn because it just doesn't taste right. All right. So I have my corn off the cob. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of oil, put it in my pan, already done. Heat my pan up. You want to get your pan nice and hot before you add anything. The only time I don't do that is when I sweat something. I do get a little heat, but I don't get the searing heat that I need. So once I get this nice and hot, I'll add my sweet corn. You can hear that sizzle. Now to this other pot, I'm gonna add the corn husks that I grilled off, and I just get this nice and going. You tend to want to season things while you're sauteing. With this soup mix, I don't recommend seasoning because it is already, all the salt is added to it. And with the soup base, you can add any vegetable you want. If you wanted to do chicken, you could buy a rotisserie chicken at your local Gucci Kroger's and peel it off and add that to this soup. Great chicken corn chowder. All right, so once this comes to a simmer with the cream and the water and the corn husks, we let it simmer for about 5 minutes. We take the corn husks out. The corn husks actually add flavor, and they actually do add a little starchiness to our milk product. So I'm gonna take the corn, I'm gonna put it in a blender. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a little bit of this liquid. And I'm just gonna cover the corn. Put it back on the stove, take it over here, and I'm gonna blend this up. Takes about 10 seconds. When you hear it's running smooth, you're good to go. Take all this good corn goodness, add it back to the soup. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat back on. Then I'm gonna take the handy dandy Bistro soup mix. I'm gonna add the soup mix, making sure to mix and get all those lumps out. And then I'm gonna cook it for about 5 minutes. Now you'll notice it's a little thick, and that's because we got all that starch out of that corn, and corn is starchy. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna add a little more water. It's probably another cup of water will help. All right, now we're gonna simmer this for 5 minutes. We have a nice corn chowder. All right. With this, I said I'm gonna do a seared scallop. So I take my pan, and this time I do really wanna get it real hot. And I have my scallops here. All right, and what I did with the scallop is I made hash marks in it. And that's just taking your scallop, cutting it this way, cutting it this way, flipping it over, cutting it this way, turning it and cutting it this way. All right. And I'm gonna take some salt and pepper, and I'm gonna salt it liberally. That's gonna be the barrier that's gonna help it not stick to this pan. All right. There's no guarantee it's not gonna stick, but hey. All right, I got my oil nice and hot. I'm gonna start my scallop. You wanna get a real good sear on scallops. Right now they're about $27.95 a pound, so you don't wanna ruin them. You wanna make them nice, you know, and if you watch Hell's Kitchen, you wanna make sure you get a good sear. All right, we can start dishing this up. By the time I'm ready to put the bowl up, the scallops will be ready. Garnish it. Now, if you don't like scallops, I don't know what's wrong with you, but pico de gallo goes really good as a garnish in here. If you want to make some fresh pico, I love the heat from a jalapeno that adds to the corn. You can actually dice just jalapenos and put it in here, and that's it on the corn chowder. We are going to do our famous lobster bisque now using the Bistro soup mix. When you go to Gucci Kroger's, you can find clam juice in a little jar, just like this. This is 1 cup. All right, so we're gonna add our clam juice. And if you need to know where to find it, it's in the tuna section. Where you find canned tuna, you'll find clam juice. This is some dry sherry. If you're at home and you have some money, dry sack sherry is the best sherry to use for this. Plus, it's a great after dinner drink. So we add a half a cup of sherry, 3.5 cups of heavy cream. All right. We're gonna add some paprika. All right, good tablespoon of paprika is good. That's gonna give the soup some nice rich color. We're gonna add a pinch of cayenne pepper because I like a little heat to all my soups. All right, and then I chopped some fresh tarragon. You can use fresh or you can use jarred. If you use jarred, use 1 tablespoon. If you use fresh, use 2 tablespoons. All right, we're gonna bring this to a boil. Once it starts to boil, we will add our handy dandy soup mix. There, good shot. All right. And we're gonna simmer that for 5 minutes. After it simmers for 5, we're gonna add our fresh tarragon. If you're using dehydrated tarragon, you can do that when you first start. So we're gonna add our fresh tarragon and our 1.5 cups of lobster meat. And that was cold Maine lobster, chopped nice and fine, so in every bite you get some lobster. There you go. All right. Any questions? Do not call me. I'm retired. Thank you. Then I made like a nice little cracker out of puff pastry. It's nice little half moons. There you have it. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Bistro's segment of Girls Night In. Remember, you can make a donation and win one of these fabulous baskets. It's for such a great cause. Girls Night Out, the West Virginia Young Women's Christian Association. And don't forget to click the donate button. Thank you.